need a motion to approve the February 8th street committee meeting minutes.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay. We don't have anything under old business right now. New business is the Naughty Pine sidewalk was discussed. Engineer Matt Foster thinks it's a big undertaking and lots of things to consider. The bid, or the estimate for that was $28,000, as Darren said.
Not for the Naughty Pine one, that was for the sidewalk for the school towards Casey's.
Oh, school tours, pardon
Yeah.
me. But the engineer, yes, he did look at it, and it will be a big undertaking.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the other part.
So I think we're just tabling that for now.
And then in front of was, the $10,000, I don't know if that's it, that's just, we budget 10,000 on, I'm not for sure how that, we budget 10,000 for sidewalks.
Yeah,
So that's not what it's gonna cost or anything.
that's just
That's
the
a budget of
for it.
10,000, yes, we haven't even got a bid on it yet, so.
Okay. Planning for possible sidewalk from the middle school to Casey's is in the works. Planning is also underway for a path or sidewalk from across Casey's to Dollar General. Preliminary engineering cost is estimated to be $28,000, that's where I seen it. The committee discussed at length on various options and possibly a better price on engineering. The plan is to use the $36,000 of the ARPA money received to cover costs. I think that's still just in discussion, Darren. I think
Yeah.
you just brought it to the table for the first time at the last meeting.
Yeah, I've talked with the homeowner there, and I'm working with some contractors and, seeing if we can do it a little different.
So are you, if you're talking to homeowners, we're thinking maybe north side?
Yeah,
Okay.
I told him to think about it,
Okay,
and he's receptive to it, and
Yeah,
so,
he's
yeah.
very
I said,
nice
you know,
fellow.
it doesn't matter either way, that's your stuff, but you just think about what's there and
right.
get back with me on it, so,
Well,
yeah.
at least he was open to listening to conversation.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'll get back with him here, it's been probably a week and a half, and see where he's at on it, what he's thinking, so, yeah.
Okay. Resolution for the MFT for $45,000 was on the agenda and we approved that. The committee discussed at length the type of rock and the costs. The committee agreed to go with the darker rock if possible. I see that you've used some of the millings around town. In the alley there. By Pat Tillman's. Did you do
Oh,
that?
yeah,
Yeah.
not Millings, that was, Road Pack, CA6.
Road pack, okay.
Yep, yep, and the rock is here, the bills should be, the treasurer should have it from Beelman for the rock, it's all here, we got, 10 loads, so yeah, that should
Okay.
cover us, and it's all over by the old football field stacked, so we're in good shape there, and yeah, went around and working on some of the alleys and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's, with the weather, trying to get ahead a little bit, but a lot of it, with, this time of year, with the rain and stuff, potholes will wash back out. It's just the way the water is, it gets in the hole and then the tire hits it and it's like it just pushes it all back out, so. But yeah, and then later on, when it warms up, we'll end up getting patch and try to go back and we'll put patch in them, that'll stay better. Just can't do it this time of year, so yeah, anyway.
Okay, and you had street superintendent had commented on the price for, getting a price for street sweeping for the curbed streets.
We had St. Clair out of Decatur, he came down and looked at it, and, all the curb streets, Main Street, and, they're in pretty bad shape, a couple of them were, sewer projects been through and stuff, but basically to do it all, he was like $4,250 to sweep them all, so. We got a number, we can think about that now, anyway, and see.
Yeah, gives at least a
Yeah.
price to,
Yeah.
of course, that wouldn't be done now anyway.
No, that's later on, but yeah, that's something to think about, anyway, if it's, what the value is there.
All right then, Gary, do you have anything?
Nope, I sure don't.
All right, Candy, do you have anything?
I do not.
Okay, then up to Darren.
Yep, still working on the sidewalk, over by the school to Casey's. We've got, I've talked to Derek, we got a tree over on South Hickory, that it's another Bradford pear, all those Bradford pears are splitting. Anyway, the wind got it the other day, and there's like 4 or 5, the branches coming up one of them's split, busted, and leaning on the other tree. So I've got a price of, $350 to take the whole tree down. You guys can go look at it or whatever, but one limb has already fell off and it's rotted down in the core, so it's time to come down. They already said, since it's leaning on the other, go ahead and take it down because it's basically emergency, it's an unsafe area, so we'll try to get that down tomorrow maybe.
Did you say South Hickory or North Hickory?
South, yeah. It's, I
I
don't know
think
who lives, Moore Springer owns the house. He's got some relation lives in it. It used to be the Gulledge House
yes.
right there. It's that
Okay.
house right in front. There's two
Oh,
rooms out
yes,
front there.
yep.
Yep, just next to Miss Gothorpe there, south of Miss Gothorpe's. And then just I was gonna make sure I signed that thing, but the rock comes out of the street fund, not MFT. But Angel's not here. The roads to be done, we had a list of roads to be done. It doesn't matter, but I'm gonna have to change some of it. We're gonna do some on the other side of the highway over there, where Jack's putting water mains in over there now, so we'll move wherever, needed now. So we've got plenty of other options, I mean, so we can get that all done. I need this, mosquito spray. Need this taken to finance and then on to, council or whatever. Basically, it is $277.96 for 5 gallons. And we'd be looking at 4 of those, so basically, if you just approve 1,400, cause usually you go up there, usually, he's got some bug spray stuff that we get and spray like concession sands and some of the other stuff, and he's got the other stuff up there, so mosquito spray, it's went up considerable like anything else. I mean, that used to be about 170, something like that, so,
And where's this from, Darren? Where do we get this?
it's up in Maroa, Outpost Pest
Yeah.
Control is where it's at.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to council.
Shopping around, he's the low price on it. So, yeah, that'll be, it takes every bit of 5 gallon every time you spray. So every time you go out and spray, that's 4 sprayings right there, so. And that's not,
Got
I've got,
some left over,
I
don't
got some left over, so that'll cover this year. And I'm, expecting this year, since the way the winter went, the mosquitoes are gonna be probably pretty heavy this year, so. Anyway, we'll have enough for probably 6 sprays, which, hit or miss some, on that, so yeah. So yeah, just need that approved and then we can get that.
Okay, we'll
going.
take that to finance.
Yeah. And then, I don't know what surveying costs, I'll have to get hold of somebody. But I was gonna have, survey, just to mark it out from Dollar General on the easement back towards Kell Brothers and get that, so we know where the property line is, and then if you can line that up, and then we'll figure out, and put that road in towards Dollar General along the highway. That way you can cross and you can walk along. It'll be a rock path down to Dollar General instead of walking on the highway. We talked about it before, but we're just gonna put rock in for now, and then we can put asphalt or whatever there later.
So it'll be from Dollar General to
Yeah.
past, by Kell's old building?
Mm-hmm,
Okay,
right along,
alright.
yep. And it'll be,
That's cool.
probably bucket wide, you can drive your golf cart down it or whatever. Be wide enough for golf cart and pedestrians or whatever, just get people off that road. It's all about safety, like the sidewalk to Casey's, it's all about safety. So, I don't know, do you know what survey costs anybody? I haven't called anybody on it.
I haven't
You
used
know,
survey
if you-
in 20 years.
If you pass, just to get the ball rolling faster, if you pass, say $1,000 for surveying fees or something, see if that covers it. I mean, it's hard to explain to a guy, he doesn't know what fees unless he comes to look, and then he comes to look, he wants to survey it.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, that's,
Yeah.
so I'm like, well, I'm trying to explain it, but, so anyway.
That has to happen.
I guess we can just put it on, add it to the thing for finance
For finance,
Finance, yeah,
so
just
that's
surveying
approximately
fees.
$1,000 for surveyor
Yeah,
fee.
somewhere in there, yeah, then he can get it, that way we know where the property line is for sure, and then we can measure over and give us a straight line.
What would that come out of? That'd be, just be streets, or would that be?
Yeah,
Hey, getting back to that, you said, the rock doesn't come out of the MFT?
no, we buy the rock out of the general, or the street fund itself.
Street.
Yep,
Okay,
the MFT buys the oil.
oil.
With the price of oil, since it's doubled or whatever, went up, our allotment every year for MFT, really doesn't, you couldn't cover it all, so
Okay,
we do it that way.
okay.
And then,
So, the spray has to go to finance and
yep, spray and then some
spray
survey.
and a surveyor fee.
Yep, and the tree will get cut down hopefully tomorrow, and that's, Eric approved it, but it's under the emergency deal.
Right.
I mean, I
hazard,
have
so.
40, supposed to be 50-mile-an-hour winds tonight with that snow little thing that comes through. You may not
The
have to
wind's
take it.
coming back again?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
again,
There's a wind advisory all week.
I'm so sick of that.
So you may not have to cut that out.
yeah,
You may just have to
just
cut
be
it
on
up.
there. Yeah, cut it up, yeah, that'd be even easier. I looked at it and I thought, no, it's a little bit more than what, the safety part of it, cause it's wedged in there. The other is the door on, I got some prices here, door on the street shed, the one that faces out to the street, which goes into the shop. That's the original door that's on that shed. It has, it's, it's got some small insulation in it, half-inch thick stuff that's just like a panel. There's one, maybe two of them missing, but the door's bowed out at the top, so there's a lot of cold air that comes in and out of it. And the rollers are, anyway, it's the original door, it's
You
just
need a
about
new
wore out. So, pricing doors, I called, the Rainer guy out of Moequa there, Mr. Denton. And, to price a door that's insulated to go back in there. It's kinda funky on the Rainer doors. Anyway, there's a door that it's 14 by 12 door. He's got one door that has a R value of 6. Then he's got another door that has an R value of 18. So there's a big difference. The thing is, the one that's R value of 18 is less money. So,
Cause
yeah.
that's thinner, right? Is it the
The
higher?
door is still 2 inches thick, but the R value is how much insulation
Insulation.
value it has, yeah. It's
And the higher the number, the lower the,
the higher the number, the better it is.
oh, better it is?
Yep, the higher number, the better
Opposite
it
what
is.
I was thinking.
It has to be like a discontinued model or.
They say they sell a lot more of these, is the whole thing.
Just quantity.
Everybody wants the higher R value, and, yeah.
That's crazy. You'd
So,
think
yeah,
they'd
that's what I
jack
said. I
the
said, you
price
sure?
up.
Yeah, he said, that's just the way it is. He said, yeah. So anyway, I've got a price from Mr. Denton, with the Rainer door and him installing it. And the Rainer door actually has extra weather stripping around it that seals it up tighter. I mean, it's just a better door. Then I've got a price for a door from, Wimpin, Steve Wimpin, Wimpin Lumber down here for the door only, and then, Tracy Denton installing it, the Rainer guy installing it too. I mean, he does doors, so either way. So the door that, Mr. Denton sells and installed with an R value of 18 is $56.25. I don't have copies of this yet. This is one, he actually adjusted some numbers today on me, so I don't have a clean copy. And a door from Steve, and his R factor is 8. So, there is a difference, I mean, if we're looking for, his is $46.50, and that's with, Tracy Denton installing. So there's about $1,000 difference between them.
But it doesn't have as good of,
It's less R value.
less insulated.
Probably would have, if Rainer does it, doesn't he add extra warranty?
Yes,
See, he did our garage door, did
I think he does
fantastic
everybody's.
job. Yeah.
He did ours too.
He did,
Yeah, he's a great installer, and,
Yes.
yeah, and Rainer doors are good. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Okay, so we've got another thing for finance.
Yeah,
yeah.
haven't had nothing for a while.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
And you want the, you want the Rainer door.
It's whatever you guys think, but I would probably recommend Rainer door.
You have to use it.
Yeah, it's just, we're looking for R value really to seal it up,
Yeah,
so.
I'm curious about the warranty too.
Yeah.
Cause if you buy the one from Wimpton, it's just gonna be manufactured probably 12 months, maybe 2 years if you're lucky. Where I think if you get the arm from him and he installs it, I think his warranty is more than manufactured.
plus it has more sealing around it and
Yeah,
everything,
he's got
it's
the
probably a
weather
better
stripping
door,
and stuff like that.
$1,000, I mean, it will get what you need.
Well, yeah, it'll last a long time, it'll last as long as one that's in there, the one that's in there's a Rainer door now. Yeah, and it's been there for, I don't know how long.
As long as we lived here.
I don't know when that shit's bought, or it was built.
It's been there
A
forever.
long time, I know, it's been there 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, yeah,
Okay.
and that's all I got. Unless, I didn't know if you're gonna do budget,
Well, since
Next
Terry's not here,
Yeah.
better not.
mine doesn't change much, I mean, it's pretty simple down the list.
Is
It's
it?
basically, yeah, I mean, it's the 3% thing, we can go over next month, I mean, just to let you know,
Mhm.
mine will be pretty simple, there's nothing that really changes.
Good.
So, yeah, it's just to add a little bit here and there, cause fuel's up and,
Oil.
yeah,
Okay, good. Yeah, I would better wait till Derek's here.
yeah, which is fine, yeah, and I'll get with him maybe in between there, showing the numbers, and then if he wants to, he can do this at finance, then if you wanna get ahead that far even,
Okay.
cause yeah, basically the numbers are all the same.
Okay.
It's just like on gas and oil, you know, add a little bit there and, move on from there. So yeah, that's really all I got, is,
Will they can they install that door as soon as we get it approved through finance? Be ready,
as soon as you
should be
get
ready to go?
as soon as you get it approved, then it gets ordered. And then he said it could be 2 weeks or 2 months.
Yeah. Darren, I just wanted to back up. You said that since the budget for the, in front of Riley's place and the laundromat, it won't be 10,000. So you're gonna
We
have
don't
to,
know what it'll be for sure.
yeah, but it won't be from Riley's to
Probably not,
laundromat.
probably not.
Mhm.
It all depends on when they look at it, what the front of the, you know, her building has got that's got the brick face on it, a little bit
Uh-huh.
coming out, so I don't know, you know, if it's out a little bit and there's a ledge where they gotta do a little more handwork to get
Right.
that broke loose and out of there and
Mhm.
stuff.
Okay.
What we did last year was right, you know, in front of 1905 was, right out of Mount 10, but that was pretty open, taking it out. I mean, there's no building up against the one side, it's just taking
Right.
it out there, so it
Okay.
depends on it, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, hopefully we get that, and then, also in that, we were gonna do, ADA down there at the laundromat too,
Yeah,
so that'll probably take most of that money, I think that's
something
what you're
we've never
looking
noticed.
at. Yeah,
So that's good. That's good that we're gonna.
and we'll just keep picking at them and doing them here and there as we get going.
Okay, then if there's no other comments, then.
Yeah, we're working on, working on limbs, you know, with this wind, like you said earlier, we're picking up as much as we can, we still don't have a dump truck. We got one with salt, and the other's got the plow on it, and, you know, you keep talking snow here and there.
Right.
You unload one, so if there's a few big piles, we'll try to work on by pickup in hand and stuff, but we'll get them as we're going, I mean, we've hauled quite a few in just pickup so far.
Well, I know that's a job too. After the storm, you dread it, so thanks a lot for doing that.
Yes,
Not even the spring yet.
Yeah,
no.
true.
It's good, shouldn't be anything left by spring. There can't be a tough one left out there.
It's gonna be a cleanup this year. I'm feeling
So, yeah, really not really cool for you to do. So, yeah.